Alright, what's up guys? It's Nick with Upper Peninsula Drones, and I'm out here again with another battery pack. And this time I am going to try to set up the auto tune while it is very calm. So it's going to try to basically it's just going to fly around in the sky by itself, fixing the problems where if it drifts, it'll learn to stop itself from drifting. So any way that it drifts, roll, pitch, or the yaw, it'll stop itself from doing that. So we're just gonna go up, fly it or set it up. Hopefully the altitude hold works and everything works. Alright, legs are up. We're gonna go forward, about right there. Make sure all of our trims are set to 0. They are. Alright, we're going to put it in altitude hold now. Hopefully that keeps it there. And we're going to do an auto trim in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. Looks like it's working. Alright, we're gonna pull it back in front of us because I'm losing it in the sun. Can't believe I forgot my glasses, but I did. Alright, so that's what it looks like when it's in auto trim. It rolls left and right, and then see how long it takes to stop itself from rolling. And after it learns to stop itself from doing that, then it'll pitch, and then it'll eventually yaw. So yeah, it looks like it's getting a little bit more locked in. It's so bright out here. Alright, I'm gonna pull it back again. This is absolutely the worst without glasses. Definitely has a lot of tendencies to go to the left. Alright, there we go. Now we're in the pitch. So now it's going to be going forward and back to see how long it takes for it to stop pitching. And when it get done with this, it should be able to just fly it in the sky and it just stays locked. But there's also one more thing that we have to do before we get to that point as well. Alright, so we're going to drift over. Alright, so slowing down, so that's a good sign. Alright, so it's not bad. Definitely has a little bit of tendencies to go to the left. But that's the second part that I was talking about, is after we get it out of this tuning feature, then we'll get it into a trim feature, and that'll stop it from hopefully doing that slight drift. So basically this feature that I'm doing right now is just a way to get it locked in for flying. Alright, it looks like it might be done. I'm gonna land it. I'm gonna land it and save the trim, and then see how it flies after that. we land it. We disarm it. Land it, disarmed. Turn off the auto tune feature. Let's turn off the pre-arm. Alright, make sure it's blinking. And then rearm it. Alright. So now we're gonna just take it up again and just see how it flies. Alright, so oh yeah, that's a lot better. Just for moving. Just moves a lot smoother now. So this is me going forward. It just moves forward a lot easier. So now we're gonna see what it looks like. So definitely slides to the left a little bit. So now we're gonna come back down and we're gonna do an auto trim. And then that should stop it from doing the Alright, so we land it, disarm it, and now what we're going to do is put it into auto trim, and that should be the last thing, and that should stop it from doing its slight drift to the left. And to activate that feature, you basically have to hold it down for 45 seconds. So it's green, we keep holding it until it starts to blink. After that, we have about 25 seconds to fly it around as long as we can. Alright, looks like it has changed in the software where that is not how you set up the auto trim anymore. And I'm going to have to get back to the books because that's no longer a setting feature. Cool. So basically, yeah, we'll just see how it flies right now with the auto tune. I personally think it looks like it flew a little bit better. The motors aren't as lively as they were. But yeah, it definitely looks like it might be flying a lot better. Oh, for sure. It's like for sure flying a lot better. Oh wow, this thing looks awesome. Alright, it looks good. Let's try it. Oh, it is an altitude hold. Oh, I know what it was. Let's land it. Alright, we're gonna land it, disarm it one more time. So I had it in altitude hold mode, so I'm not sure if that affected the auto trim, which I'm sure it did. So we're gonna try this one more time. We're gonna try to arm it in. So we're gonna keep holding it and see if it turns off. Hopefully it doesn't. Yep, there we go. Alright, so basically what I have to do is just try to keep it as stable as I can. Alright, and that's what it should look like. That is not bad at all. Alright, so I think it might be time to land it. It's looking pretty good. Alright, so now we're gonna land it. Save those settings. Alright, so we disarm it. Now that it's disarmed, I think we gotta let it wait for like, I don't know, a few seconds or 20 seconds or something like that. And then we take it up and try it and fly it again. But what I'm going to do, since I started off so sketchy, is I'm gonna pre-arm it one more time and do that just one more time just to be sure. Because I started off really shaky. All right, here we go. So we got 25 seconds. All right. And what I'm trying to do is just keep it as stable as I can right here. Alright, I'm guessing that's about it. Alright, so I'm going to bring it down and land it. Alright, so it's landed. We're going to disarm, let it sit for a while, save those settings, and after that, this copter should be done being all tuned. It has the auto tune, has the auto trim. Only thing we're gonna do is just take it up one more time, see how it flies, and if it flies good, then we're good, and that means we're moving on to the next phase of testing. So here we go. Now we're just gonna arm it and just see how it flies this time. All right, legs up, and get some altitude, just see what it looks like. All right, altitude hold. It's a little bit of a drift to the right, but that's all right. I think it looks pretty good. That's hands off, and it's just it looks like it flies pretty good. There's a slight drift to the left or drift to the right, and that is because I think there's a little bit of wind coming from the left, to be honest. Just a little bit though. But yeah, it looks really good. All right, hands free. It's just a little bit drift to the right, but that's something that we can address another time. But as for moving on to the next phase of testing, I think we're good. All right, now I'm just gonna practice flying this puppy. Altitude hold off. All right, that time I actually hit the throttle. Not bad, looks good. Good looking copter. All right, so basically this next test is going to be a control test. How is it controlling it? And the best way to try to find out is to just fly through the woods. But it looks nice and stable for sure. Alright. Alright. So this is the trail that I walked through to get to here. And we're just checking it out. Makes it harder because my feet keeps dropping into a couple feet of snow. But it's alright. So far it's looking pretty good. It's quite easy to control. We're gonna go up a little bit. I walk under the trees. This guy goes over. Believe it or not, this is actually how I learned to fly drones. Is I practice in very, very tight places like the woods. So here we go. This is a challenge right here, guys. How stable can we get through here? Very tough. Alright, very, very tough. I'm also pulling some skills, also in myself, to see what I can do. Alright, we made it. Barely. That last branch that broke off slapped me right in the face. And that did not feel good, but it's cool though. Alright, we're almost through. Almost out of the woods, literally. Alright, there we go, guys. Alright, so today what I did was do the auto tuning, also the auto trim, and that was just so I could see if this thing would ever be stable enough to get me through the woods. And this is a huge copter. There we go, it's coming up. Alright, we're going to take one more look at it, and then we're going to land it. I'm going to chalk this up as a very, very, very good day. There we go. Up and over. And around and down. Drop those legs. Nice. And then we're coming in for a nice smooth landing. Just look at those legs one more time. Take a nice low look at these legs. Oh, that is awesome. That is a low drone. Let's see how low can you go. Quite low. All right. Drop those.